Hey everyone, Kyle here, and welcome to Fallout New Vegas, my next playthrough on this channel. Now, I do have to mention that in the past I have started Let's Plays of this game on my channel. None of them have stuck, apparently, obviously, which is why I'm doing this now. And to kind of remedy that problem, because I noticed with the other playthroughs it just got boring after a while, but with this playthrough it's going to be modded, as you can kind of already tell by this title screen. I've never played this game with mods, other than like testing to get the mods working that I'm actually using. So I'm actually really excited for this. This is one of my favorite games of all time, and I'm excited to experience it with some like graphical mods and gameplay mods and things that just add new content to the game. And I will, like, so you know what mods I'm using. I'll list them all in the description because, like, you might want to know what I'm using, I guess, obviously. And I don't know actually all the mods that I'm using off the top of my head. Like, I've installed a bunch of them, but I don't know off the top of my head. I do have, I know a graphical one, like an E and B, and a weapon texture mod, and then I have like just a general texture. The only really big gameplay mods that I'm using, there's two mods that I'm using that add two new companions, because I thought something like that would be interesting and just add a bit of new flair to the game. And then there's also a mod that adds a new like home base basically into the game. And I think that's really it. I wanted to kind of stay close to the vanilla game. Like, I didn't add any mods that change like level caps or difficulty too crazily. So this is a modded version of the game, but it's more of just like quality of life, graphical stuff, as opposed to game-changing things. So if you're coming into this playthrough and you want something that's like more vanilla, this playthrough might work for you. But if you really want to see all the old, really outdated graphic textures, like, you might not want to watch this playthrough, but I think it's going to be fine. I think if you're a Fallout New Vegas purist, like I kind of am, but yeah, I think you'll be okay with this playthrough as well. By purist, I mean like playing the game as it was originally developed. But like I said, just adding some graphical mods, make it look a little nicer, some small quality of life things, and then just some new content, because I played this game a million times already and I just wanted to experience something new with it for this playthrough. Okay, I was trying not to make this intro too long. One other thing I will mention, I am going to be playing this on very hard difficulty. I contemplated adding like the J Sawyer mod, which if you're unfamiliar with that, it's a mod that like ups the difficulty insanely, and I didn't want to do that because I thought it would make the game too hard. And I know you could call me whatever you want for not doing that, but I'll just play on very hard because I've never really done that before, and we'll survive as best we can. I am also going to play this on hardcore, so it is going to be a bit more survival like. So yeah, okay, let's get into this already. I'm excited for this. I love this game. Okay, let's go.
changes. When atomic fire consumed the Earth, those who survived did so in great underground vaults. When they opened, their inhabitants set out across the ruins of the old world to build new societies, establishing villages, forming tribes. As decades passed, what had been the American Southwest united beneath the flag of the new California Republic, dedicated to old world values of democracy and the rule of law. As the Republic grew, so did its needs. Scouts spread east, seeking territory and wealth in the dry and merciless expanse of the Mojave Desert. They returned with tales of a city untouched by the warheads that had scorched the rest of the world, and a great wall spanning the Colorado River. The NCR mobilized its army and sent it east to occupy Hoover Dam and restore it to working condition. But across the Colorado, another society had arisen under a different flag. A vast army of slaves forged from the conquest of 86 tribes, Caesar's Legion. 4 years have passed since the Republic held the dam, just barely, against the Legion's onslaught. The Legion did not retreat. Across the river, it gathers strength. Campfires burn, training drums beat. Through it all, the New Vegas Strip has stayed open for business, under the control of its mysterious overseer, Mr. House, and his army of rehabilitated tribals and police robots. You are a courier, hired by the Mojave Express to deliver a package to the New Vegas Strip. What seemed like a simple delivery job has taken a turn for the worse.
You got what you were after, so pay up.
You're crying in the rain, Pally.
Guess who's waking up over here?
Time to cash out.
Will you get it over with?
Maybe cons kill people without looking them in the face. But I ain't a fink. Dig? You've made your last delivery, kid. Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
Well, okay, this is not how I expected this to start, basically. Okay, so we were captured, we were shot in the head, and that's how this game starts. And so I know a lot of people will hate this intro because it's so like predetermined. It's not very role play-ish, but I personally like it. I think it adds like some mystery like right away, like what happened? Why was I captured? Why did this man shoot me in the head? Why did he steal a chip, like a poker chip? And yeah, so I don't know. I just like the intro, I guess. Okay, and we're getting all these DLC things that are just loading into our inventory.
You're awake.
Oh.
How about that?
Oh. Okay, I didn't recall the camera starting like that, or maybe it did, I don't know.
Easy.
It's been kind of a while since I played this.
Days now. Why don't you just relax a second? Get your bearings. Let's see what the damage is. How about your name? Can you tell me your name?
Okay. His head seems smaller than usual, but I think it's the, like, character overhaul mod that I'm using. So again, if you want to know what that mod is, you can check the description. I've tested it a little bit, and I think it looks really good, actually. Okay, what do I name my character? Okay, I haven't actually thought much about my character creation. I should have done that before this, so I apologize. What about... I feel like every playthrough I've done with this in, like, recent years, I've played as a woman. Just, I don't know, that's kind of my preference when I play games. When you get to make your own character, but so maybe I should play as a male character. I think I'll do that. What about... Alright, what about Chance Neal? I was taking way too long thinking of a name. This works.
I can't say it's what I'd have picked for you, but if that's your name, that's your name. I'm Doc Mitchell. Welcome to Good Springs. Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around there in your noggin to pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework, but you'd better tell me if I left anything out of place. How'd I do?
Alright, now I think... I mean, with this mod that I've gotten, like the character overhaul, I think you can, like, do more with your character creation. Ah, yes. Okay, here it is. I was wondering when these were going to come in. Oh my goodness. Yikes. Okay. So I'm just going to make my character real quick, and then we'll go from there, because I haven't actually looked at all of these options, so I'm going to need to go through them. But just with this mod, you can, like, be a ghoul if you wanted to. Which, I mean, could be interesting if you really wanted to do, like, role-playing stuff, but I don't know. Ooh, I kind of like this, because, like, you have a scar on your face because you were, like, shot in the head. Wow. Okay, let me look through these, and then I'll come back once I have my character made. Alright. Meet Chance Neal, our begruzzled courier, shot in the head, survived, patched back together by this doctor, ready to get back to his job as a courier, maybe find out what happened to him. Yes. Here we go. I gave him a beard because I have an appreciation for beards because I do have one myself. But I'm kind of biased in that, but that's okay. Yes, this is our character. Whoa, hold on a second. I get to pick my eyebrows? Okay. This is completely new to the mod, by the way. In case you've never played this game before. I guess this?
Okay.
Wow, okay.
No sense keeping you in bed anymore. Let's see if we can get you on your feet.
It's a bit dizzying.
Good.
We're good.
Why don't you walk down to the end of the room, over by that vigor tester machine there. Take it slow now. It ain't a race.
All right. So let's go over here and get our strength attributes set up.
Go ahead and give the vigor tester a try. We'll learn right quick if you get back all your faculties.
All right. So, strength. For those of you who have never played a Fallout game before, just a very brief rundown. Maybe I'll link to something that goes into more detail because I'm going to, like, breeze through this real quick. But these are, like, your base attributes. And each of these letters in strength account for something. So there's... Or, I'm sorry, special, not strength. What am I thinking? Special. But each of the letters in special correspond to an attribute for your character. So there's strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck. And each of those affects something. So strength, just how much you can carry, how much unarmed damage you do. I think just damage in general, apparently. I'm going to go ahead and give our character... We'll go ahead and just give him 6, because he's begruzzled. He's been surviving for a while. He's pretty strong. He's got a track across the wastes. You know, you need some strength for that. Perception, we'll bump this up to 7. Perception is like how well your character can detect enemies that are around you. It affects your lock picking, your accuracy. So it's a really good skill to have up if you want to be more combat oriented. And I'm going to try to make this character more balanced so that they're kind of good with both. Okay. Endurance, again, man, our character, he's been surviving on the wastes. He can endure a lot. So we'll go ahead and bump that up to 7. So endurance affects your unarmed skill, your survival skill, which is basically unique to New Vegas, and your health and damage resistance. So again, really good to have if you want to be a more like combat-oriented character. Okay, then we got charisma. This is your speech. This is influencing people, bartering, stuff like that, basically. And I keep wanting to call him Nathaniel because I thought about using that name. Chance, he's a courier. He's been wandering the wastes. He's not really, I mean, he interacts with people, but not as often as, say, someone who lives in a big city, because he just goes from place to place. He's a wanderer. He's got to go around and deliver things, and he just goes pretty much a little bit everywhere. So anyway, he's not around people as much, so we'll bump his charisma down just 1. I mean, he can communicate with people, he can get across what he needs to, but he's not as smooth talking as some people. You know what? Maybe we'll even bump it down another point. But, well, I don't want to be a creepy Undertaker, so we'll just go with that. All right. Intelligence. This is your science, repair, how many skill points you get every time you level up. This is actually a really good skill to have up early on, because you're going to get a lot of skill points, which is going to let you, like, almost max out your stats by the end of the game if you have this high enough. So I think with Chance, he's not an amazingly smart person. He's never spent any time, a lot of time in like a laboratory or educating himself in the few schools that exist across the wastes. But he knows things. He's smart. He does what he needs to do. He knows how to survive. We'll just leave it at 5. But this is a really good, if you want to make a character that is not combat oriented, you can bump this up really high and get yourself out of some combat situations very easily. Agility, this is like how fast you run, how well you can sneak. If you're using VATS a lot, this is going to affect your agility or your action point regeneration. So again, good if you want a nice, strong, combat-oriented character. I think with Chance, he's strong. He can get. He walks the wastes a lot. He's agile, but he's more of a bulky kind of guy. Like, he's strong, but he's not like his frame doesn't allow him to be as agile as someone who is not as strong, I guess. All right. And then we have luck. This is going to affect all of your skills and how often you get critical hits. So this is just a good skill to have, or a good attribute to have up, because you're going to get a lot more criticals. You're going to find more caps just in random containers. It's just a good thing to have up. And I'm going to bump it up to 7 because we got shot in the head and we survived. We had some doctor who's not a surgeon, who's not using a hospital, who repaired us, who did surgery on us and got the bullet out of our head. So we're pretty lucky, I would say. So we're going to go with 7 on that. And this is also going to affect how lucky you are in casinos, which, I mean, money isn't that hard to get by in the game, but if you really want to get a ton of money early on, you doing stuff at the casinos is the best thing, and having your luck up is going to help with that. So anyway, we'll go with this. I said I wanted to keep that brief, and I'm sorry if that went on a little too long, but this is good. So these are our final special stats. we'll increase some of these throughout the game, so they're not going to stay like this forever. Maybe we'll become a little more charismatic. Maybe we'll actually go around to some educational materials and increase our intelligence. So, yeah. All right, here we go.
Yeah, that's a pretty standard score there, but after what you've been through, I'd say that's great news.
Okay.
Well, we know your vitals are good, but that don't mean them bullets didn't leave you nuttered and a bighorn are dropping. What do you say you take a seat in my couch and we go through a couple of questions? See if your dogs are still barking.
Okay, well, I mean, I think we're doing okay, but we'll go ahead and take your evaluation.
All right. I'm gonna say a word. I want you to say the first thing that comes to mind. Dog.
Cat. Yes.
House.
MD. No. Shelter.
Night.
Dark. Is there one for dark? No, it's Shroud. That's close enough.
Bandit.
Kill. Oh, wow. Kill. That's pretty morbid, but let's go with Vaporize.
Light.
Dark.
Mother.
Caretaker. Whoa, okay. It might not seem like it, but I actually did say that before it showed up. And I don't have that memorized,
Okay.
I think, at least.
Now, I got
Maybe I
two
do
skills.
unconsciously, but...
I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature.
Okay. Well, Chance, let's say he doesn't really, like, avoid I mean, he avoids conflict, but he'll defend himself if he needs to, but he doesn't just actively go seeking it out. So let's just go with agree.
I ain't given to relying on others for support.
Well, we know that Chance is kind of a loner. He just kind of does his thing. He travels a lot. He's not, gonna just go seek affection, or not affection, but like support from others. So we'll just go agree.
I'm always fixing to be the center
Oh.
of attention.
Oh, definitely not. No, Chance does not like to be the center of attention. He's an introvert, which is one of the reasons why he went into the courier job.
I'm slow to embrace new ideas.
Let's go with disagree. I mean, Chance is pretty open to innovation and new things that he comes across. He's a pretty open-minded person.
I charge in to deal with my problems head on.
Well, Chance isn't exactly we know he's not like a super intelligent. He's smart, but he's not like a very intelligent person. But he likes to think things through a little bit. So, oh shit, but I forget if it said charge in without thinking. Oh gosh, we'll just go disagree.
Almost done here. What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me what you see.
Let's see. I don't really. I just kind of see like a mushroom cloud. Is that one of them? The options, no. Okay, well, let's go with an angry two-headed ant.
Okay. How about this one?
That's very suggestive, but let's just go with that.
Last one.
And that's a beautiful bearded man like myself.
Well, that's all she wrote. I don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you'd better just have a look at the results. See if it all seems right to you.
All right. So the point of answering all those questions is to like determine the base skills and the traits that your character is going to have. So if you wanted to be like true role playing, you would stick to those that you got. And I think that's interesting, but I want to kind of modify these to fit the character that I've made, because answering those questions isn't always 100% accurate. So these are your tag skills, by the way. You get to choose 3 of these, and it like gives that skill like a giant boost right out from the start. So, well, speech, man, I kind of do want to have that up, but sticking with the character, his speech isn't necessarily, but it's not low enough to be 14, so we'll keep that. Sneak, he's not such an agile person. Maybe we'll plop this in survival. I think that's fair. And then for a weapon tag skill, I think it's always good to go with one of these combat ones. Yeah, not melee weapons. We'll just go with regular gun. No. Yeah, we'll just go with regular guns. That works.
Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you. I got a form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head.
Nope. Okay, so here we get to choose our traits. Now, I think you can only ever get 2 of these. There might actually be something that gives you an additional one, but at first you can only start with 2 of these. And these all do some interesting things. Some of these are added just in DLC, by the way, like, in case you're playing this without all the DLC, which I don't know why you would do that. But yeah, so I'm gonna look through these real quick and then choose one. Okay. Actually, I'm not actually really looking through these. I'm just kind of showing them so that if you wanted to read them yourself. Let me think about these real quick. Okay, so here are the 2 traits that I chose. Trigger discipline, which when you're using guns or energy weapons, you fire a bit slower, but you're more accurate. Let's go with Chance being more of a sharp shooter type person. He's very accurate, but he's very disciplined when it comes to the trigger. And then I chose Wild Wasteland because I have to. Like, there's all kinds of wacky things that happen if you have this chosen, and you can get like some encounters and weapons that you don't get otherwise. So I had to go with this for the sake of the playthrough. But yeah, that's good. Let's keep going.
All right, I guess that about does it. Come with me, I'll see you out.
All right. So before we leave, I think we could explore Doc Mitchell's house a little bit. Oh, but wait. I don't actually have our flashlight yet. So let's actually just follow him, and then we'll search his house before we go.
Here, these are yours. Was all you had on you when you was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin. But it was just something about a platinum chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one. Ain't much use to me now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through. I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. Never was much my style anyway.
All right, thanks for patching me up, Doc.
Don't mention it. It's what I'm here for. You should talk to Sunny Smiles before you leave town. She can help you learn to fend for yourself in the desert. She'll likely be at the saloon. I reckon some of the other folks at the saloon might be able to help you out too. And the metal fella, Victor, who pulled you out of your grave. Anyway, you ever get hurt out there, you come right back. I'll fix you up. But try not to get killed anymore.
Alright, so here's a really important decision. This is where you can turn on hardcore mode, which, for those of you not familiar with it, it just adds, like, sleep stat, hunger stat, and hydration stat. So you have to eat food, drink water, and sleep in order to, like, survive the game. Also, stim packs, they take some time to fully heal you, as do Radway, and ammunition has weight, just things like that. It makes the game more challenging, is the gist of it. I'm definitely playing with this on. I have never played this game through without having this on, because, I mean, the game, and I'm probably going to regret saying this, but it's not a very hard game if you know what you're doing. So not having this on is like a cakewalk. So, okay, let's have it on. All right. So that completes the first quest of the game. Ain't that a kick in the head? Just tutorial stuff. And now we can turn on our flashlight and explore the house. I think the E&B I'm using adds like indoor lighting as well, so it's kind of like a little darker in here, but it looks good. Okay, so something I need to show real quick. When we started the game, we had like all of these things happen that like, hold on, let me go through these and open up all of these menus. Yeah, because when you go to these for the first time, it's gonna like pop up all these menus and they can be a little annoying. Okay, good. All right, when we booted up the game, since I have the like Ultimate Edition that has all the DLC and stuff, there's like some packs that you start out with. It's like Courier Stash, I think, and it starts you out with all of these unique items. So the Mercenary's grenade rifle, broad machete, caravan shotgun, these throwing spears, and the weathered pistol, as well as like basically all of these armors except for the jumpsuit. They're all part of the DLC. And then you start out with some doctor bags, stim packs, weapon repair kits. Actually, some of these might have came from Doc Mitchell. You also get the Vault 13 canteen, which what this does is it just passively lowers your dehydration stat as you play the game. It activates like every, I think, 20 minutes or something. I'll put up the exact time, that way I'm not saying something that's not true. But yeah, so it's just a really good passive way of keeping your dehydration down if you're playing on hardcore. It can be a lifesaver sometimes, but like it's not essential because water is not really an issue, especially late into the game. But anyway, we got all kinds of ammo with these guns. Now, I could just not use those and have it be more fair than it is to just start out with all these things. But I think like this 10mm pistol, amazing early game gun. Same thing with the caravan shotgun. These, I mean, compared to stuff you get later in the game, there's not even a comparison. But you know what? Let's just stick with the 9mm pistol for now. That way it's more fair, I guess. I do like having this machete though. And these other guns, we'll just kind of try to not use those right away to make the game a bit more fair. Now, these armors, really the only good one that you start out with if you have this DLC is like the lightweight leather armor. It's the same as this vault suit, but it weighs less. The metal armor, it's for the damage it gives you, it's got a lot of weight, and I don't really like using it. I'm honestly probably just gonna sell both of these off. Yeah, because it's not that big of a deal to me to just sell these. Because, like, I'm never going to use those. I could put them on characters, but anyway. Okay, let's go ahead and put on the lightweight leather armor. See what that looks like. Okay, I don't have an armor texture pack, so it's going to look kind of bad compared to our characters and everything. But that's fine. Okay, so we could go ahead and loot Dr. Mitchell's house. He's got like all these medical supplies just laying around. There's some weapons in here. We'll just take them, you know. He doesn't seem to mind. This doesn't count as stealing, so shouldn't feel that bad. And there's some things in here you can activate if you have the skill to actually use them. And I can take this bag, apparently, without it being stealing. So yeah, if you have like a repair skill, high enough repair skill, you can repair this gun. And that's good to have early game. You have a science of 25, you can make some healing items, some stim packs, some chems, stuff like that. I think those are the only two things you can interact with, but... So yeah, if you have high enough skills, I mean, definitely get those. But if not, it's okay. I mean, you're not going to be in too bad of a spot. Okay, nothing in that footlocker. Aha. So this is like his main storage area, it seems. Okay, he's got all kinds of ammo and whatnot in here. Oh, ammo has weight too if you're playing on hardcore mode, so that's kind of adds to the challenge a little bit. And I think we'll take this food because we're gonna be like, we're gonna need food. We're playing on survival or hardcore, I guess, and we need to keep our person fed. Okay, he's got some cigarettes. I guess he's a smoker, so not very good of a doctor to be smoking, but this is the apocalypse, so I guess it doesn't count. Okay, whoa. I'm like accidentally pushing all kinds of buttons. Alright. I'm trying to get acclimated to playing this game again, because it's been a while since I've played this, but yeah, I know it's going to be fine. Okay. We've taken this man's, like, pretty much everything this man had in his house of value, so I think we'll leave him as food. We'll be nice in that value. He's even got some money just laying out. We're not going to touch that. Okay. Alright. So, let's head out. See what the wastes are like at the moment. They're not going to be any different than what Chance is used to, but for us, it's going to be potentially a new experience if you've never played this before. Alright, here we are. Welcome to Good Springs. Alright, so I apologize. There's going to be a DLC that loads in too. And like I said earlier, I have all the DLCs, so we'll have all of that. Oh, there's a robot. So this must be the metal man that the doctor was saying that pulled us out of the grave. Let's talk to him.
Howdy, partner. Might I say you're looking fit as a fiddle?
Well, let's see. Thanks for digging me out of that grave. I do indeed appreciate it.
Don't mention it. I'm always ready to lend a helping hand to a stranger in need.
All right, how did you find me?
I was out for a stroll that night when I heard the commotion up the old bone orchard. Saw what looked like a bunch of bad eggs, so I laid low. Once they'd run off, I dug you up to see if you were still kicking. Turns out you were, so I hauled you off to the dock right quick.
Well, I mean, what were you doing up there? Like, were you just out for a stroll and you found me? I don't know, I guess we won't know the exact reason behind that for a while, but that's not really so much a spoiler.
Can't say that I'm familiar with the rascals. Some of the fine folks in town might be able to help you out with that.
Okay, how did you end up in Good Springs? You seem a little out of place.
I moseyed into town, 10, 15 years ago. Before that, I can't quite seem to recall. Odd. Anyway, it's a right peaceful town, and I reckon it's as fine a place to settle as any.
Okay. Alright, well we know that Chance has been around the Wastelands quite a bit, so this option I think would be a little out of character, so we'll just avoid
Happy
that.
trails.
Okay. So yeah, I actually have a question. If you've made it this far into the video, would you prefer that I play this more role-play-ish, or should I just go about the game, however I feel like it, or just whatever seems natural? Because I'm willing to do whatever, but I don't know if I should try really hard with the role-playing or just go about it. Now, I am definitely a completionist, and something that I will be doing with this playthrough is going to every location at some point. Like, every place you can discover on the map, we're going to visit. And then I plan on doing as many side quests as possible. Like, there are some that won't be available to us because we're going to go with certain factions and whatnot. And then there's inevitably going to be at least one or two quests that just completely glitches out and we can't do it. But for the most part, we're going to be doing everything we can in the game. As far as collectibles go, there are something called snow globes in this game. I'll get all of those. there are star bottle caps that you can collect, and that's associated with the quest. I'm going to try to get as many of those as I can, but I'm not going to try to find every single one in the game because you only have to get so many to be able to do the quest. And then there are a number of skill books that are found throughout the game, and those will, as the name suggests, like increase your skill with the associated book. And I wouldn't mind trying to get all... I'm not going to try to get all of those, but I will get as many as I can again, just like with the star caps. There are a number of unique weapons that you can get, and armor as well, and I'd like to get as many of those as possible. Some require you to kill NPCs that I don't want to kill in this playthrough, so that I won't be able to get every single unique item in the game, but I'll get as many as I can get, like, just out and about, like, you know, in different locations and caves and from side quests, stuff like that. So yeah, okay, I think that's it for, like, explaining things about the playthrough, but I'm actually going to, like, end the video here. Like, this is the intro video, and then we'll get into actual, like, more gameplay starting in the next part. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any suggestions or requests for the playthrough, like, let me know, and I'll gladly oblige as best I can. I'm really open to any suggestion. I want this to be something that people are engaged in and want to watch. And I think opening that up to suggestions and feedback and whatnot is a really good way to do that. So, let me know what you guys think in comments below. And meet me back for next time when we explore Good Springs and find out more about what the hell happened to us. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.